Welcome back into another season of VolTalk. Today I'm joined with Connor Kelly and Benjamin Kelly, and they're here to perform a few songs off their new album. So can you tell us a little bit about it?
Yeah, so we're really excited about it. This is my first album, and we just recently finished it, and we're going to play a song that's already been released as a single for it first, and then we'll play a new one for you guys.
All right, awesome. We actually filmed a little behind-the-scenes segment for today's performance, so we're going to show that now.
Focus in your eyes, what you won't realize. I've seen this all before.
Hey, I'm Connor Kelly, releasing an album pretty soon. I'm really excited about it. It's my first one. Big fan of John Mayer, just for how he's able to keep a really diverse genre spectrum. Performing for me is just bringing something that I made at home in my bedroom to life. The way I usually go about songwriting is I'll have most of the time I'll have a loop or something, or just some chords that I thought were really cool, and I'll start writing to that. Other times I'll be jamming with my band and it'll just be off the dome, I just come up with something on the spot. Sometimes I write the lyrics first, but all of it is kind of based around the musical feeling. I write the lyrics and set the mood based on how the chords feel. I think the most fun song to play live is probably going to be the title track, Informal Conversations. The song was written just this past summer, and I actually had all the other songs on the album first, and then I wrote this one kind of coming in towards the end, and I loved it the most, and I thought that the title kind of spoke for the rest of the album too.
If I swore that I was over it, what's this feeling?
I've been referring to it as the Frankenstein album, where I recorded all the shells, so to speak, of all the songs, basically the demos, you could say, at my house. And then we take them over to Travis Wyrick, who's a local producer. He's awesome. And we kind of added, we didn't really record much over there, but we just kind of added different effects, and we used different vocals. We retracked things and basically mastered it all over there. And so it's kind of this project stitched together between stuff that I made at my house at 3 a.m. and stuff that was in a real-time studio. And I think it's going to be really cool because there's not much of an expectation set for me as an artist yet, because this is my first album. The only thing people really know to go off of are the 2 or 3 singles that I have out that I recorded in my bedroom. So I think this is going to be kind of a surprise. The album will be out everywhere October 12th.
So how did you guys prepare for today's performance?
We've actually performed this one a couple of times before. This one's been out. We actually wrote it about a year ago. So basically we do some acoustic performances and stuff, but mainly we're trying to get into more of the band performance and stuff. So this first one's pretty acoustic based, so we prepared it with acoustics.
Are there any artists that you would say influenced the album?
I'm a huge fan of John Mayer, Tom Petty, anything ranging from the old classics to the new guys. I like it all basically.
What about you?
I would say there's some stuff that's kind of funk oriented, and I'd say John Frusciante from the Red Hot Chili Peppers was a big influence on that, and wish you would have never left. If you're watching, I hope you rejoin. We'll see if that helps. And then I'm trying to think. Maybe there are a couple songs with slide guitar in them.
Ooh.
So I would say the Allman Brothers Band. It's definitely a huge influence.
Pretty wide spectrum of genres. So.
How many venues would you say y'all played in Knoxville?
Not a whole lot. Probably 4 or 5, I would say.
Do you have a dream venue?
Tennessee Theater's really cool. I mean, if you meant here.
Yeah. Well,
Tennessee
anywhere.
Theaters.
I'd love to play Bonnaroo one day.
Awesome.
If that's a venue. It's more of a festival, but.
Bonnaroo for sure.
All right, so now they're going to perform.
All right, this one's called Moon from the Sun.
I keep calling on your bluff. You say this time you had enough, but the words you say are coming from your gut. Oh, the wheels don't spin, the cards are fold. It's the same old script, the story's been told. I know felt it once, but I can't tell the moon from the sun. Put it all out on the line. Just try and call my bluff. And I drove this train straight to the wall. Oh, everything is eventual. The wheels don't spin, the cards are fold. It's the same old script, the story's been told. I know I felt it once. The loneliest stylist to know it all. You only need one wrong to take the fall. So don't say you got this, just tell me you know that you're trying. The loneliest stylist to know it all. You only need one wrong to take the fall. So don't say you got this, just tell me you know that you're trying. The wheels don't spin, the cards all fold. It's the same old script, the story's been told. I know I felt it once, but I can't tell the moon from the sun. Thank you. This next one, thanks. This next one's an original from the album. This one's called Horizon. It kind of goes as like the pick back up song from that one, because that one's kind of more slow and sad. Things are kind of looking down, and then this one kind of brings it back up. So this one's called Horizon. Were you thinking too much again? Baby, it's all too soon. Can't take the sun from the phases of the moon. Leave a key when I take off. Put a smile on your face. Distance kills me, oh, but what can I really say? I feel like I'm dying, oh, I'm alive. Over my horizon, she lets in the light. I feel like I'm dying, oh, I'm alive. Over my
right, so stellar performance from
Thanks.
Connor, Kelly,
For
and
sure.
Benjamin. Okay, so here's a question. If you had a dream collab with any artist, dead or alive, who would it be?
Well, it's pretty cool to play with your brother, so that's a dream collab to start with. Not to get soft on you, but I'd love to play or just like hang out with Prince. I always thought he was just like a really interesting dude, and everything he did and every way that he was portrayed in the media and everything. I just thought he's awesome. He's like a big inspiration if he can be one. It's hard to make music that sounds like Prince, but I'd say he'd be a dream collab.
I think if I could write a song and get someone to sing it, I would probably get definitely Amy Winehouse would be
Ooh,
one.
good choice.
Oh, yeah.
The late great Amy Winehouse, and then one to collaborate. This is a living one that I'm just kind of like. I think we're both on the same page here. But I'm kind of curious what this man is up to.
Frank
I would say
Ocean.
Frank Ocean.
Yeah, of
Oh,
course.
okay, yeah.
That would be
Voice,
awesome. Yeah.
voice of an angel.
So new album, Informal Conversations, coming out.
Yep, October 12th.
Can you give us a little bit of insight on the making of it?
The making of it is really interesting, actually. It's like basically an album that I wrote and we wrote together, all at my house in my loft, and we just recorded it there, and I did like a lot of the production myself, and we got to the point where it was pretty much done, and we were like, all right, we want to take this to the next level. So we went to Travis Wyrick, who's a local producer, and he's awesome, and we basically took all the stems and all the shells of the songs over there and remastered and re-recorded some stuff and got it to the point it is now, and I'm really excited about it.
Do y'all have a favorite off the album so far?
Ooh.
It's kind of like asking a parent who their favorite kid is. I don't know. It's hard to pick, honestly, but the title track is really cool. I was happy with how that one turned out. It's kind of like a almost a 90s rock Oasis meets like
Ooh.
a modern Young the Giant kind of feel. I like how that one turned out, but I like them all equally.
Informal
They're both cool.
conversations. That is.
Yeah.
That's what he's referring to.
Can you give me a little bit of a backstory on the name?
The name to me, it actually started out as just kind of like trying to come up with the best way to like make it comfortable and seem not so like serious, and like the way that I came up with it really was just writing the song and thinking like all these stories on this album are just us like having a conversation with the listener, telling our story and like all of this, and a lot of the songs have like lyrical continuity, and they have things like in the storyline that'll go together and stuff like that you may or may not pick up on. As long as you can dance to it, doesn't really matter. But basically the name Informal Conversations is just supposed to mean that like it's us telling us the story from our perspective, and nothing's really too fancy, just here it is kind of thing.
Awesome. How can UT students keep up with you?
My Instagram is just at Connor Kelly Music. We're playing, I guess, like close to campus down here downtown at the Square Room on October 20th. It'll be our release show, so make sure to buy tickets. It'll be somewhere on my Instagram, so you can keep up with me there, and other places too, I guess. It all kind of goes back to my Instagram.
All right. What about you?
I have an Instagram for my guitar stuff, and it's called Ben Kelly Guitar. If you could imagine, very creative on that, and that's a lot of random stuff on there. But every now and then, I will obviously post information about the album. But if you just like all kinds of random guitar videos, it's
All
a
right.
good place to be.
Well, definitely check these guys out. They're amazing. We're so glad you are here with
Yeah,
us
thank
today.
you.
And that's it for another great week of VolTalk.
All right.
Smile and wave, guys.
Woohoo!
Bye.
Bye.